Welcome back to the Broker Power Up podcast, the AIME podcast with strategies, stories, and insights to help you close more loans. I'm Tommy Golightly, joined by Jonathon and Haddad. How are you?
Good. I'm just trying to figure out if I should set you up for what we just talked about prior to getting on this
I already
call.
have it planned. We're good.
Oh, okay. So I could stay out because I just started thinking and smiling more and more about it as we were going through the intro here. But I'm doing amazing. Back in action. This one is first one we filmed since I came back after taking my wife to Las Vegas for her birthday getaway. So June has been a lot of fun, a lot of laughter.
Yeah, there we go.
Back
fortune
to the
cookies,
cookie.
true.
And then next week, next week. So the week y'all see this, taking the family to a little getaway, family vacation. We try to do one once a year, and we will see how that goes. Since we are now adding the dynamic of 3 additional children to the mix, so I'm excited for that, Tommy. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah, things are good. We have a lot going on today as we execute podcast order 66. We have the Broker Buzz, where we dive into the top posts of the week from the Brokers Are Best Facebook group, discuss what's trending, what's working, and what you need to know. Then we'll go into a sales pitch and story time with John. So, but first, as we start every podcast with the fortune cookie. If I can open. Oh, this one's falling apart. Oh, no. We got another blank.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Good thing I have a drawer full of fortune cookies. You can't have. I feel like we've had no fortune cookies way too much, and this is the largest mess I've ever made on my.
I knew you were gonna say. I swear to you, I was sitting here going, he's probably losing his mind right now.
It is all over the keyboard, and I am struggle bus.
I know how much you hate that too.
Follow the path of gratitude. It leads to abundance. At least it was a good one.
Yes.
At least it was worth it. Follow the path of gratitude. It leads to abundance. What does that mean to you today?
It's you know that's what you're supposed to do, and no matter how much you are told, it's hard. But it is like I think about even with my kids, right? Like even when I get frustrated and have a lot going on, whether it's work or with the kids or having to, put the dad hat on and then put the different company hat on, then the husband hat on, and a friend hat and all these different hats you put on. But the truth of the matter is every time I sit there and pause and just think about how grateful I am and the opportunity to be here and even just like have what I have in front of me, I do have to have that gratitude. And every single time it puts a smile on my face. It really does every time. It's like, all right, man, you're thank God, things could obviously go south quickly. That's just how life works. But right now in my current era of life, things are going nice and there's great opportunities. And so I love that one a lot. That's very nice and clean. And it's the way to live life, even though it is unbelievably difficult too when we live in the society we live in today. But what about you?
It made me think of something that I started doing. I don't know. It's probably been about a year now since I started doing it. I stopped saying thanks or just thanks, like thank you, like just that. And I kind of expanded it to either just I appreciate you or thanks, I appreciate you, or some just inclusion of I appreciate you. And I feel like that means a little bit more because it takes longer to say, which it sounds silly, but the act of saying the appreciation and making that clear, I think really goes a long way with people. And it's not something that most people say because most people will be quick to say thanks or thank you. But it's not really like the quick response to that is like, no problem. Like, and I'm guilty of doing that all the time. And then that's something that I've been working on is trying to say you're welcome more and kind of taking ownership of that. But I think the path of gratitude being saying that you appreciate someone and what they've done leads to abundance of karma and it coming back around to you.
I love that too, because it's also requiring you to think more when you're sending that message out, right? Because it is, and I do that.
Appreciate's a big word you have to say.
It is, man. It is, and it's like your canned response is thanks, that quick thanks, and it's nice. It's
Or
a
the like
pleasant treat.
emoji on a text, or
Yeah, and I do it, right? It's like I'm
Oh,
not going to
sure.
tell you I don't, but to your
No.
point, when you kind of phrase it that way, it does make you look at it differently.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in a professional setting. Like with my friends, I'll give them the thumbs up on the text.
It's different.
It's different. They know. But in the professional setting, I feel like the words of appreciation can go a long way. But let's dive into the broker buzz with our first question of the week, John. Who here has utilized a coach? Give me the good, the bad, the ugly. Don't have to name names, just looking to see what coaching has done for you as I explore it.
First of all, tons of incredible coaches inside of AIME's cycle here, but here, I'll give you no names, no nothing. I get coached. Will always continue to get coached, something I do believe in. I used to not believe in it, but after I had my first experience with a coach that transcended is the word I will use, transcended me to my next level, then I realized how valuable it was because they're giving you these life lessons early and helping you skip the line on a lot of things. So the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right. The good, actually, let's work backwards here. The ugly is that no matter what the coach puts together, they're not going to do the work for you, nor can they. So the ugly is on you as the person signing up, which is, will you execute? All right, that's the big thing. The bad is, are you going to wear out? Will you wear out? How long can you commit? So know those two things up front. Work's not going to be done for you. So if you're expecting to go in there and they're just going to do it for you, you're done for. And then the second, the bad is, hey, how long can I make this go for? How much can I tolerate pain-wise before I see some sort of success? Can I really hold on and keep this excitement up? The good, this is the best part because there's so much pros to this. It'll give you structure. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do every single day. You'll have a nice community around you of like-minded individuals and peers to help bounce ideas off of. You'll have a safe space to have vulnerable conversations because we all need to have them. And you'll have an opportunity to connect with people that are dealing with the exact same things that you're dealing with to let you know that you're not being left alone. And obviously, they'll teach you all the other stuff, the networking, all the basic things that you need to learn. But the biggest part of it is always going to be the community. The content is obviously great. Is it tangible? Is it easy? Is it practical? You'll know that just based on interviewing them. AIME has a tremendous amount, but that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tommy, I hope I did that some justice there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And my head immediately went to sports as coaching because I've never had a professional coach. I've had mentors, but I've had coaches in sports, and I think it's very kind of a similar analogy is they're not going to go out and play for you. They're not going to go pitch. They're not going to go be the quarterback. They're on the sidelines coaching you, the players, how to do what you do. You could have a coach like Mike Tomlin for the Steelers and then have a team like the Steelers who don't do well, but have one of the best coaches. So it's really, like you said, on you to get the most out of it. But
Mike Tomlin is a G.
He is. He really is.
He crushes
Pittsburgh
it.
didn't deserve it. I love Pittsburgh, but we didn't deserve him after a while. Our next one. Have a purchase closing next week. Cash to close is around $250,000. We verified assets of over $500,000, and the closer mentioned that the title company has to verify the cash to close funds actually came from the verified account. Is this typical?
So it's not that it's not typical. It's that asking the question kind of throws me off a little bit, right? Like from a red flag. And I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong. This could be a title company overlay. There could be a lender overlay. Maybe it's just coming from the title that they want to see it to protect themselves. I would have to see what the actual stipulation is and where it's coming from on your lender portal, just to understand where it's coming from. But if you would want them to verify that, just to be on the same page with this group here. Now, I do understand that this client sounds like they have a decent amount of money. They have $500,000 in some sort of account. They might be saying, well, we want to just pull it from this other account over here, but I'll just show you this account to make it easy. So I'm not saying anything wrong is occurring, just to be crystal clear. So it could just be tied directly to the amount of money being moved. However, it still leads me to ask additional questions as I'm going through this. So just ask why, but I wouldn't really push back too much, especially on something like this, because if you push back, it might open up another can of worms that you don't want to head down. So tread cautiously here, have the conversation, see where it's coming from, seek to understand, don't get defensive when you're having the conversation.
Absolutely. And our next question. Hey, rock stars, what does everyone use to have seamless communication with their team besides looping them into all communication? Not looking for lead gen, just something that would help share communication with clients as I approach to have baby number 3. Appreciate the feedback and congratulations on
Get
baby number 3.
Yes, congratulations on baby number 3. That is a beautiful thing, and great job continuing to manage the mortgage world as you go through that process as well. Definitely no easy feat, but doable. And I love that you're reaching out to ask for suggestion, tips, and ideas. So I'll tell you what we leverage that works really well. And Tommy would love your insights here as we.
Oh, I got feedback for this. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what, Tommy? Why don't you take this one?
Sure. So it doesn't really matter what platform. There's lots of free ones like there's Discord or even like the professional settings like Slack or Roam. And basically what you do is you set what we do at AIME is we set up a ton of different channels, and all of those channels are for different reasons. They're basically, think of it as a bunch of different segmented group chats of incorporating who needs to know what. So you don't inundate your entire team with everything that's going on, but everyone has visibility. So they could go and find the information if they needed to, but don't necessarily need their phone or their computer dinging every 2 seconds with every piece of information. And it really lets you segment. And I guess it also depends on the size of your team as well. Because if it is just like 3 or 4 people, maybe email, something as simple as email and having CC and BCC and people just being informed is possible and doable. But I find having that platform like a Roam or a Slack to have that database of information and really utilizing the search function in that as well to call back to things is very, very helpful. And then it's also just, it's a very, like I said at the beginning, it's a very simple way to mitigate and almost make a bunch of different buckets of who needs to know what. Like, say you had like different levels of, I don't know how a mortgage company would actually break it up into a room.
So
But, like,
you could
different
do
teams or-
underwriting,
Yeah.
you could do process, you can do client gifts, you can do birthdays. You could do so many different facets when you set it up. And the other thing too, just side note, it's also helpful for me when I forget something and I jump on and they say, "Hey, jump into the community chat. We need something for your eyes to see if it's approved or not." So that's another cool thing that they can use it for, like your approvals
Oh,
while
yeah.
you're out as
Yeah.
well, which is really nice.
Yeah. And so all the communication, you as the leader can go and see all the communication, but don't necessarily need to be involved unless you're tagged into it. Just like you can set your notifications so that all the communication can go and you don't miss anything. If you want to go look for it, it's all there, but your phone isn't blowing up unless the only time your phone goes off is when it's actually needed. And then you just train your team to make sure to tag you with things. And otherwise, because they're like, when my team members are off, I don't tag them. I just type their name so they'll be able to see it when they come back, but their phone isn't blowing up while they're off of work, if that makes sense.
It's a little less stressful.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to make team members' phones go off when they are off of work for sure.
We're pretty good about that.
Absolutely.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Absolutely.
I feel like there's only been a couple times where it's been.
Oh, and every
alert.
time it was necessary. Yeah. There hasn't been a time since you came on that I was brought on off of work onto work that I wasn't just like, oh, absolutely. Yes, I'm the only one that can do this. That has never happened. Besides, it's never happened where it wasn't someone else could have done it. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Thank you. That is a big deal.
Oh, absolutely. Work-life balance is so important. It helps with prevent burnout and just makes you want to come to work and makes you want to do things. So that's the environment that every company should strive to have. And our last question of the week. I'd love to hear what each of you do with the agents you've never worked with that are involved with the current transaction, and in particular, the listing agent. What are the unique things that you do that will generate the interest to take a meeting with you?
So, first and foremost, figure out who actually is the communicator in the relationship. So, what do I mean? For listing agents, a lot of times it's the transaction coordinator that is actually the one that will do all of the communication on behalf of the listing agent. So, figure that out first. The second piece for me, I'm going to give you what I do, and it's been very beneficial and very easy for me. I do Monday updates and Friday closeouts. So that Monday update, it just breaks it all down. Here's what's going on with the loan. Here's our anticipated closing date. Here's what I'm going to get accomplished this week for you. And then Friday update, what I put on there that they love is, hey, any concerns about missing closing? And I leave a note on there. Right now, I don't have any concerns. One thing I might have a concern with down the road is X, Y, or Z, without sharing anything private about the consumer, but explaining that I might need a couple more pieces of information. In there, I also put things I might need from the listing agent, things I might need from the transaction coordinator. For example, for a condo, you need HOA documentation and you need the point of contact. So you generally will get that from the listing agent. But even that email, I cannot tell you how many times I've had listing agents reply and say, "Wow, thank you for being so organized." And it's that simple, y'all. And that's truly the competition that you're dealing with. And I don't mean that to discredit. It's just a lot of people don't think to do those little things, but that's what these agents are looking for. So I've received plenty of appointments by doing a check-in and a closeout Mondays and Fridays, and that's worked very well for me for my side. So that's my recommendation.
Awesome. Cool. Well, if you want your question answered on the Broker Power Up podcast, be sure to be an AIME member in the Brokers Are Best Facebook group. If you are not an AIME member, feel free to scan the QR code in this upcoming ad, and we will see you on the other side for some sales pitch training and a story.
Are you a wholesale mortgage professional? Well, then the very first thing you need is a community to help you and your business grow. With AIME membership, your community is right here. Joining our community means never navigating the market alone or operating without a safety net ever again. We are 16,000 members strong of united wholesale professionals. From rookies to top-ranking originators, all dedicated to supporting each other's success so we can grow together. Beyond entry to the best community in the mortgage industry, AIME membership gives you the resources, tools, guidance, discounts, services, and support that help you and your wholesale business grow, thrive, and most importantly, close more loans. AIME membership connects you with leading wholesale lenders and vendors, offering you exclusive access, services, and discounts that save you more money while helping you make more money. Never get stuck on a loan again with our lender escalation program. Grow your network and skills with the wholesale industry's best conferences and networking events. Get the strategies and skills of top originators and industry innovators with AIME's cutting-edge wholesale mortgage education, resources, and content. AIME offers all of this and more, starting at a low price of $19.99 a month. You heard it here first, couple cups of Starbucks coffee. For you to learn more and get started, all you have to do is visit aimegroup.com, AIME group.com /membership. Your community is waiting.
And I'm waiting to become a better salesperson. John?
So part of going through this, right? There are so many different sales tactics and things that we can talk about. And for me, I have broken things down into just basic fundamentals to the intermediate fundamentals to the advanced fundamentals. And what I'm going to talk to y'all about today, we've talked about before, but at a 1.0 level, and I'm going to go into a 2.0 version of this, which is about controlling a conversation. Now, this can be leveraged regardless of the industry that you are in. And this is just a way that you can help guide the conversation and the path that you're looking for to make it more effective to get what you need from the consumer to help them the most effective way possible. So early in my career, when I got into sales, the big thing for me was thinking I had to deliberately answer these questions right away if a consumer asked me anything. So if someone said, "Oh, the rate is too high," I would jump in and explain, "Your closing costs are too high. Oh, here's why they're too high." Or I'm gonna shop this around. Or why are you gonna shop it around? What's going on? I would over explain, and I would take every objection and get defensive. I would take any time the conversation went outside of the path of what I thought was normal, I would panic and freak out. The reality is, I didn't know how to bring the conversations back and how to take control of the conversation. So, I'm going to give you guys 6 steps here on what you can do moving forward to help control a conversation every single time when it comes to your loans, talking to your consumers to get the best answers possible for these clients. So, the first thing is you don't want to chase the first objection. All right. So a lot of times people are chasing the first objection, and client might say something like, "Oh, your rates are too high." And just like I said earlier, you jump all over it. "Oh, what do you mean rates are too high?" "Oh, the rates are the same across the board. There's 5,000 lenders." We just start getting defensive and jump in right away. So instead of diving in, you want to go ahead and reframe that question and send it back to the consumer. So that's a totally fair statement. Now, what I am curious to know is, compared to what do you believe that interest rate might be slightly too high? Let me get a frame of work. And now I'm not trying to make anybody feel dumb. I'm simply trying to understand where you're coming from. And if you have to pull back the tone a bit, you can. The second thing that you need to do is use phrases that calm the room down. "Hey, let's take a step back for a moment. You know what? I feel like I'm over explaining right now. Hey, I want to make sure you and I are on the same page. I hear you. Let me help understand what matters to you most. Hey, I obviously haven't done the best job getting this information in front of you. Let's slow down and make sure that we can do this together." That is going to slow down the tone, and watch my tone. It's very important you slow your tone down. I'm talking very slowly on purpose because this is how I present. This is how I speak when I'm presenting. Now, I can't speak very quickly and I can get things going as fast as I want, but that's not effective when it comes to communicating with your consumers. The third piece of it is give people lanes. So give your consumers lanes about what potential options that they have. So based on what you told me, here are the 3 potential paths forward for you and your family. And why does this become relevant? Because think about the amount of times the clients will say, "Well, I want to look into this and a 15-year and a 20-year and a 30-year and an adjustable rate mortgage and a condo. And I want to see this house." And you just sit there and go order taker, order taker, order taker, order taker. You're not an order taker. So it's very important you give consumers lanes. Don't be afraid to give them lanes. "Hey, based on everything that you've told me, it sounds like the best 3 options for you are X, Y, or Z." You're not forcing them down any path. You're simply just explaining. The next piece of it, if you're not getting anywhere trying to gain control of the conversation, they're not really disclosing exactly what they're trying to do and you can't figure it out. Step 4 is being able to draft up the real issue with your consumers. And so what I like to do is, hey, a lot of the times when my consumers aren't ready to move forward, or they tell me something like they want to wait on it, it's because I haven't done a good enough job explaining to you what's actually in front of you. So is the issues the numbers, the timings, or just trust in the plan altogether? It's on you as the sales professional to create the safe place. But you do that with your words and you allow them to open up the conversation and get the real issue, because that's what you're trying to do. A lot of salespeople on the phone, they jump on right away and they say, "Okay, here's exactly what you need to do, how you're going to do it." And if they don't get the deal right away, they get very upset. And then they point and they over explain, and "You're making a mistake and you should work with me and I'm the best person to work with." And look at my tone, right? It's picked up. Your anxiety has probably picked up a little bit too. But the reality is, those that can pull out the real objection and do it in a tactful way that allows the consumer not to be defensive, but to be vulnerable with you, you set yourself up for the best opportunity to help that client down the road, whether it's a follow-up or them even choosing you if you're in the bid to earn their business. Number 5 is, do not be afraid to recommend anything. Now, obviously, make sure it qualifies and make inside the walls of integrity. But when it comes to the recommendation piece, if that client qualifies and you're hearing their goals and they seem a little off on what they're saying and what they think they want versus the goals that they told you. So, perfect example, if somebody says, my main goal is to pay this home off quickly so I can be prepared when my kids go to college and have enough money left over to help pay for college. Okay, sounds like they want to pay off the home much faster. But then they tell me something like, but on top of that, though, right now I'm in a position to where I can't always pay extra because sometimes life pops up, but I do my best to pay a little extra every single month. And I've done a good job of that, but I want a 15-year mortgage. My recommendation, Tommy, would be, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, I love that you're going to take care of your kids, especially when they graduate and go off to college. I know how difficult that can be. And I know we got about 17 years left before that happens. And that's why you probably want that 15-year mortgage. Is that fair to say? One of the things that pops up that concerns me a little bit is that you do still need a little bit of a rainy day fund just in case something happens. You do have money left over. You do pay extra. So my recommendation for you is going to either be a 30-year fixed mortgage where you just pay extra on the loan. And I'll show you a way to pay extra that allows you to pay this home off in 15 years, 17 years, but it won't tie you to that payment in the event something happens. And if there's an opportunity to refinance because rates come down enough and we're able to get that 15-year and keep that payment relatively the same, I highly recommend we look into it. Now, this isn't me saying they're going to pick that option. This is just me giving quick context as to why it's okay to give a recommendation. They're more receptive to that. You're helping them logically walk through a big decision. We've all been there. You know what I want to do every day, Tommy? I want to work out every single morning at 5 a.m.
You're also not telling them no.
Correct. I'm not.
Which is, I feel like when a lot of people then switch to that aggressive or want to shop around or want to talk to somebody else and just like you said with the 15 switching to the 15 if rates go down and then you can afford that rate and still have money aside for the kids college fund and you can do all of that and reach your goal, but you'll be the one to get in touch with them when that option comes. But you as the professional are recommending that not right now, to do
Correct.
it this way for now with the 30-year and then pay off as you can, still reaches the same goal at the same time, but is a little safer and the safer way of doing it, the more professional recommended, less risk.
It is, and I'm not taking anything away, right? And again, to your point there, it's like recommending. Everybody goes in with a plan. Everybody goes in with an idea of what they want to do. Keeping that lane and doors open for their plans is exactly what you said. Hey, you can still accomplish these plans that you have, but to my point, if I, every day I want to work out every day. That's my goal, 5 a.m. every single morning. I want to work out. Doesn't happen. It does not happen every single day at 5 a.m. So now I give myself grace and I give myself wiggle room. Okay, I need to work out now between 5 and 7:30 in the morning. Having that grace is easier on my mind. It's the exact same thing when you're talking to the consumers. You're giving them opportunity for grace to accomplish those big picture goals, but you're not strapping them down to that 15-year payment in that specific example, which is why it's so important to give recommendations. And then the sixth step here, y'all, the last piece. End every conversation with a clear next step. What is a terrible thing to say is, let me know what you think. It doesn't get you anywhere. Let me know what you think. I think it's fine. Have a good day. Hey, here's what's going to happen next. You're going to get an email from me that's going to break down all of this. I want you to review it, and I just put a calendar request in for tomorrow at X o'clock. Does this time work for you? What I'm looking for in that email is for you to give me feedback. At the bottom, I ask specifically for feedback. But what you like and don't like, you can keep it super simple, couple sentences at a time. And I'm looking to have that done by tomorrow at X time inside your calendar. Does that work for you? And they could say no, but that's not the point. The point is taking control of the conversation. So those are the 6 steps. This is 2.0. It's more advanced. but these are easy ways for you to implement into your business. Do it step by step and just try, try, and try. You'll see what happens next.
All I have to say is my goal is to be asleep at 5 o'clock every morning. And I have held that goal for many years.
Yeah, no, that's not mine.
Well, thank you for tuning into this Broker Power Up podcast, dear listener. If you found today's tips helpful, do us a favor. Hit the like button to let us know you enjoyed it, which helps even more people see this content. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ring the bell to get notified every time we drop new content. Share this video with a fellow broker who could use a power up. And remember to lead by example, to lift each other up, to grow together, and most importantly, close more loans. Until next time, keep powering up.